I feel as though I've seen this gimmick somewhere before. You have, but I do it better. Hello everyone and welcome back to the next of our Transformers reviews, and today we have, he's mistransformed. Legacy Armada Universe Optimus Prime. Now this has been, real quick, the reason I'm starting off in vehicle mode this time around is I want to show you the super mode conversion starting in robot mode, just because it does some really cool things. But yeah, this has probably been the figure that I was most excited for this year so far. Keep in mind that this is June of 2023, or July of 2023. And yeah, he has not disappointed me at all. Except this piece here, this little slider piece, this is a little disappointing just with how it is. But you also have the choice to just never engage it. So, it doesn't really matter all that much. But yeah, overall, nothing truly disappointing about this figure. He's spectacular. So, as you can see, very nice truck mode right off the bat. The trailer is a bit much, but I always respect any trailer that comes with a stand built in, which is just cool. And looking at the base truck mode, the bed is really long, and I'm not a huge fan of that, but if you're displaying it with just the bed, or like if you're doing it with just the bed, just for whatever reason you have it in vehicle mode, if you're playing with it or whatever, you're not going to have just the bed. You got to have full on look. Also, you can put blast effects on the smokestacks, as you can see there. You can do lots of blast effects. Like, there's tons of things you can do with them. On this guy specifically. Now, obviously, you can see that this rotates. Very good. And he's got his Autobot symbol up here, which, cool little thing, if I can find a thing to remove it with. It's kind of difficult to remove when you don't have nails. Lots of things are difficult with this figure when you don't have nails. What can I use? Actually, you know what? 1 second. Let me go off to the side here. I have my stiletto, which I can use. Ever so gently. The greatest of ease. Jeez. It really can be annoying. This thing comes off anyways, and it doesn't hold in too securely either, which I'll talk about in a minute. See if I can manage to get this off with just my stiletto. I got it. But yeah, this shouldn't come off as easily as it does on my copy, but that is unfortunate. But yeah, this comes off, and I believe the purpose of this coming off was to actually attach it to your Armada Starscream, just to show his defection, and I think that's a cool little feature. I do not have Armada Starscream, so I will be doing no such thing, but I can show you it on, what's another trader? Here we go. I can show you it on the arm. Actually, no, I'll do it on shoulder. Yeah. I can show you it attached to, don't step on Prime. Attached to, that's been there. The shoulder of Siege Impactor, which looks pretty cool. He does already have the purple Autobot logo, but it's wearing down on my copy. Get this off again. This guy has 2 accessories that are just a little annoying to take on and off. But yes, speaking of accessories, this will be the first one, his Autobot badge. Then, of course, you can plainly see the second accessory here. His trailer, which, as I said, comes with little flip-down stands. And, of course, it's got these crazy tank treads, which is a bit odd for a trailer, but looks cool nonetheless. Big Autobot symbol on the sides. Both sides. I should probably have the stands up right now, actually. Or down, rather. And on the front, you have this big blaster section, which is pretty cool looking. Doesn't show as much when it's hidden by Optimus, taking up all the spotlight. Then, of course, it does have these big blocky chunks hanging out of it, which are, I believe, the shins of the super mode. Which, yeah, they're just there, but what else could they have done with them? What else could they have done with them and made this bit still actually fit into the whole thing? Because this is a removable piece, as you'll see later, once we get into... Actually, no. I don't know why this is even a removable piece, now that I think about it, because... Well, I guess it's probably removable. No, because then they could have just put it on a swivel. This thing doesn't need to come off. There's no part of any of the transformation that needs you to take it off. I've just noticed that. That's a bit weird. But anyway, now we'll get into transformation and then do our normal route. So we're going to start off with the trailer and putting the trailer into base mode. Because yes, the trailer has a base mode. We'll go over that real quick. So basically, to start off, you're just going to do a... Well, actually no, you're going to start off by splitting this piece off. Then splitting this off. And just laying those around. Ignore the egregious squeaking from my table as I slide it around. Now you're going to do a big split here on either side. And once again, this comes off. It's just on a not 5mm, but it's on a peg that really shouldn't be there. It should have just been on a mushroom peg. Now that we've done that, we can take a look at some of the other details, like how this was hidden underneath. Now we're going to flatten this. We're going to bring it up. Oh, wait, you can't see what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to bring it up. Spin this around. Collapse it down, and bring this back. Now, we'll continue by bringing this down. That will be on the bottom, so we'll flip it upside down. I'm going to put the shins back into where they should be. So you're going to fold up the stands if you had them out. Slide it in. Make sure that this piece here is flattened out and aligned with the foot. There we go. It should all combine. Then bring this out to the side. Next you're going to, oh, you can't see that, but you're going to flatten this up and then bring it up and tab the Autobot symbol part into it. And you will do the same on the other side. There you go, that's the base mode mostly done. Now you just need to flip these down. That will give it some extra support right there. These do not like staying in. But yeah, there you have his base mode. Also, I didn't mention his gun yet. Here's his gun. Big, beefy gun that I've already complained about in the short, but I'm going to complain about it some more later. Yeah, big, cool-looking gun. You can remove it for one reason or another. I guess this gives you a place to put some more, like, things if you want to. But per the instructions, he looks like this. Now we're going to move the base off to the side and talk about the robot itself. The big bot. Armada Prime. So we're going to start off with his transformation by oh wait, no we're not. We're going to start off with his transformation by bringing these forward, and they're on a double hinge, or well, I shouldn't say double hinge, it's more a hinge and then a friction clip that is a bit strange. You're going to bring this down a little bit, or no, you're just going to bring this part down because it's not necessary, but as I always say, all the good transformations reveal the face last, and this one wants you to just kind of bring it down and clip it in immediately, but no, I'm going to reveal the face last, because that's how the good transformations do it. I'm also going to raise my camera. There's going to be a lot of camera raising in this video. Mainly because this guy gets big. He get real big. Now, next, we'll do the legs. Why not? So you're going to... Actually, no, we'll do the arms first. Bring them out to the side. Split that. And just shift it down. Where's my camera more? He's not tall, he's just hard to get in frame. Do that. You want to rotate his broken arms forward. Rotate the wrist. Now we're going to work on the legs. Now we're going to move a book. Because the things that I've been using is, I have this video game case, then I have a Percy Jackson book. That's the things that I've been using as camera stands. Then, of course, I have my actual MVP camera stand. Just rate the setup, boys. Rate the setup. Ignore this here. We'll talk about that in a second. Get these back down to normal. Those don't lock in anywhere, which can be a bit of a pain. I've messed with this thing so much that my fingers hurt. Mainly from this part here. Oh, you're gonna ignore the blaring hands that have been there in robot and that have been here right now and in vehicle mode, is what I was trying to say. Now we're going to rotate these wheels down on a double thing, and there was a little tab thing right there that they kind of like sit over. There's a little notch in the molding, and this is flexible enough that it can flex over that if you need it to. Untab these side skirt pieces. You'll split in half if you're not careful. Move the whole thing out. You want to move this back skirt. His knees look weird if you don't bend them at least a little bit. So I recommend doing that. Then, of course, we will... Is this thicker? Yeah, this is thicker. Now, of course, we will reveal his head. And there is Armada Optimus Prime. Whoa! In robot mode. And he looks so cool. He looks like Armada Optimus, first and foremost, which is obviously a great look. Like, there's not much I can say, honestly. Like, he's just really good. Like, if you have the money on you, don't even think about not buying this guy. I was about to say don't even think about buying him, but I don't mean that in like don't even consider buying him. I mean like just buy him without thinking about it, because this guy's worth it, honestly. He's got a ton of features that are worth it, like the fact that to go into super mode, he transforms pretty much exactly like he does in the cartoon. That's why I wanted to start in vehicle mode. And now that we're in this mode, you can see a bunch of stuff has been revealed, including the robot. Yeah. Of course, we will get into comparison. I was about to say articulation, but comparison is what we get into right about now. Alright, so we'll bring out. See, he kind of like ever so slightly, his knees look ever so slightly hyperextended when you have them fully extended, which doesn't sound as bad when I say it out loud. Now, here he is next to the previously mentioned Siege Impactor. So he's a good size Voyager. Actually, I'm not even sure if this guy is a good size Voyager. Do I have any good size Voyager? This guy might be a deluxe. Hold up. We'll see Siege Prime. How is he with Siege Prime? Let's see, and Siege Prime here. That wasn't what you think it was. I swear, he was in a very specific pose that wasn't that. YouTube, don't cancel me. Please. I need this. Okay. Nope, yeah, he's a good Voyager size. He's big for what he is. Like, he's big for being a component to another robot. Well, I guess he is the main robot, isn't he? But basically, what I'm saying is, he's not as underwhelming as Orion Pax does. But I guess Pax deserves it because he's supposed to be underwhelming. That's the whole point of his character. You get out of here. I'll put you back on the shelf later. Did you drop the gun somewhere? Or did I just put it somewhere and forget where it was? I'm going to assume it was the second. Oh. Yeah, it was the second. Anyways, I am on borrowed time for this review, so I'm going to get straight into his articulation. Actually, no, I'm going to get into his accessories. Need the knife again. To open this up. This is chrome paint, so I want to, or silver paint, so I got to be careful. There we go. Oh, and look, it popped it right out, which was going to be the next thing I used it for. Yeah, in here he has a matrix of leadership that looks very different from your typical matrix of leadership, which I will show off because I do have it stored inside of Evolution Armor Prime. I'm mentioning Evolution Armor Prime a lot, mainly because, as you saw in the opening skit, it's a very similar gimmick. A smaller base form robot combines with his trailer to form bigger robot. Bigger, like, more impressive robot. But yeah, there it is compared to what our normal matrix of leadership look is. Very different. And he cannot hold this as he does not have the correct hands to do such a thing. He can, however, hold it in super mode, which I will probably show off. In fact, I am going to show that off. I'm going to leave this out of his chest for now. But to put it back in there, you just simply open this up, which I am not entirely capable of doing with my bare hands. But yeah, then there's a peg in there, which you hopefully saw. Now, articulation. The head is on a very expressive ball joint. You can look up quite a bit. You can look side to side. Up to the side. It's an expressive ball joint. Then these shoulders they're the ones that look. Legacy's not doing too good on the shoulder route, okay? He's got trigger happy shoulders. Tarn has trigger happy shoulders. I heard the crankcase mold has really bad shoulders. They're not doing too good. Armada Megs is another one. But yeah, anyway, you got in and out here, and then this joint for transformation does not tab in anywhere, so that just flops around, which you can use for articulation. Got a swivel here, a hinge, I guess I should call it. He's got elbow that goes. He's got a double jointed elbow that goes back that far at one joint and back that far at another. Then it goes forward that far at one joint and then forward that far at the other joint. Wrist swivels, always a nice touch. Barely any waist articulation. Like, it's not supposed to be waist articulation. You can tell. It's just the shoulder joints working. It's just the super mode shoulder joints working together. Speaking of the super mode shoulder joints, they do allow you to give them a pretty decent ab crunch, which is great for posing, especially with a guy like this. Then, come on. Then, next up, we have thigh rotation. Forward that far with very nice ratchets. Back all the way. Then, of course, you got the skirts. Very nice ratchets. Very nice. Then he does have a toe movement. Down or up. He does, in fact, have a smooth criminal joint. There it is. There's the Armada criminal. And yeah, there he is. Oh, these smokestacks are also removable. I'm not going to do it because they look dumb in any configuration. But they are removable. And they are also blast effect compatible, which I already mentioned. Oh boy. Anyway, now we will go into my favorite thing about this figure. We are going to first flip the foot down, flip this panel up, flip the foot back in, rotate it around, rotate the foot back up to where it was. And we're going to tab this in. Then, once again, boop, boom, boom. Tab this in first, actually. There you have the first part of the transformation. And trust me, does this look familiar? Does this look familiar at all, guys? That's right. This is the transformation from the TV show. The way that his feet turn into the arms. And you move this out of the way to cover up his face. And then this all moves into position like, well, you're not paying attention in the show, really. Yeah, these go up just like they do in vehicle mode. Pretty much just turn the top half into the vehicle mode for the most part. Like even the shoulder pieces here. Then the dramatic split, spin, and reveal of the upper torso is pretty much the same, except with some extra tricks that you have to do. Then all of these will bend forward at the top joint and then back at the bottom joint. Or no, yes, actually. Then tab into the shoulders. So yes, just like it is in the show. And then here you're going to do this. The instructions don't tell you what to do with this. I had to figure this out on my own. Then I'll put this up a little just to help me reveal it later on for the dramatic effect of it. And then this would fly off into space. I'm running out of recording time. I might have to make a thing. I might have to do a thing here. But I can do a thing if I need to do a thing. Then the trailer would fly in. Look at something like this. Then you get the dramatic shots of it compressing. You can see everything I'm doing here. Bring the toes down. Bring this back part up. Why is this not tabbed in properly? Okay, now it's tabbed in. All of these assemble. Bring all this down. And these have a very specific manner. You're going to have them like this. Then bring them all the way down. Rotate it up, and it will tab into the back. And bring the back pieces up. And you're going to rotate it. Oh, wait, nope. You're going to rotate this first. Then you're going to rotate it. You're going to do that. And you're going to bring this piece down. And there goes my recording time.